24 hours make a day, and 8 hours make a sound sleep. You disagree with this and suddenly join the billions of people who are prone to more health issues as a result of poor sleep. Only a small segment of the population can function properly with less than 8 hours of nightly sleep. And guess what the bad news is? You're probably not one of them. So you probably deemed this topic trivial and wanted to skip. But let me break the news to you. The record for the longest period without sleep is 11 days, while the record for the longest period without food or water is 18 days. You can see for yourself. And I'm telling you that sleep is more important than food and even water. That's the truth. But how often do you get it? And how easily do you get it? Before I ask that, I think I should ask you if you've even been getting it at all. So, have you? Well, getting sleep is really easy, and this is how you begin. You start off by watching this video, fixing your gaze on your screen, and practicing the lessons you'll be learning here. Stick around until the end of this video and I'll give you a perfect description of how your environment must be to get a sound sleep. Let's get on. So, it's been said that humans spend 1/3 of their lives sleeping. Hence, if you're 30 years by the time you come across this video, this means you've slept for 10 years of your life. And you've only really lived for 20 years. That's huge. So, there are two categories of people with sleep problems here. There are those who don't get enough sleep and others who get just enough sleep, but not enough sound sleep. Yeah, your sleep has to be sound for you to wake refreshed. To those who don't get enough sleep, there could be so many reasons for it. But contrary to what many think, we are more productive when we sleep soundly than when we stay up. Don't go anywhere, just keep journeying with me. And don't forget my super tips at the end of this video. I give you a great example of the level of productivity you could peak once you improve your sleeping habit. There's no name more associated with geniuses than the name of Albert Einstein. He was a Nobel Prize-winning theoretical physicist, known for providing us with the theory of general relativity. He was a sure genius and was also famous for having quirky habits. Well, you could call them quirky, but since they were habits of a genius, I call them genius habits. One of such habits for Einstein was sleeping 10 hours. Yeah, you heard that. Einstein slept for 10 hours. About 2 or 3 more hours than the average human. That's crazy, you might think. But you're sure of Einstein's results, and you know he was neither a lazy rascal or a sleepyhead, yet he slept that much. And since Albert Einstein died at age 76, you could estimate him to have slept about 30 years of his life. Whoa. But the 46 years he was awake for were spent better than many who were awake for 70 years. If I could read your thoughts, you must now be thinking that it's really about how much we sleep and not how much we're awake anymore. Just maybe. I've shown you the sleeping habits of a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Only if you have more successes should you ever want to flout a habit that's been practiced by highly successful people like Cristiano Ronaldo too. With the example of Einstein, if you don't get enough sleep, you must have seen how much you need to change. And if you fall among those who sleep enough but don't sleep soundly, you need an urgent change as well. How does it feel to spend such a long time sleeping, yet your sleep was neither sound nor refreshing? You slept for 8 hours, yet you feel as tired and burnt out as one who has been attending vigils for several days. If you have doubts about whether it's possible to sleep ineffectively, I'd like to remind you of another fact that 1 in every 3 adults have symptoms of insomnia or sleep disorders. And do you know who that one could be? It could be you. So keep your gaze fixed because you have your solution motioning on your screen right now. One secret you must understand is this. Humans have a distinct chronotype based on their genetic code that'll select the time when sleep comes to them naturally. So your genetic codes have inscribed so much patterns on you, and one of them is your sleeping patterns. You don't sleep because you feel like it. You sleep because there's a time frame you've been genetically wired to sleep. This could tell why your night sleeps are so poor and your early morning sleeps are deep and refreshing. This might be the answer for you. You may have been sleeping using your partner's time, and while it worked for them, it tells you why you struggle so much to find sleep. So experiment your sleep at different time frames and discover which is most effective for you. That's not all. There's so much more. You combine all the principles in this video and you're set for a Nobel Prize like Albert Einstein. But before you get your prize, there's a culprit you must identify, an armed criminal that robs you of your sleep. It's hidden everywhere around you and you probably don't know. But after watching this video, you're grabbing it by the neck and sentencing it to a lifetime in prison without parole. The culprit is called caffeine. And with that mention, I'm sure you remember the coffee's locked up somewhere in your house. Well, you know what to do with them. Of course, avoid coffee. But caffeine is a more dangerous criminal than you think. It seems to find its way into almost everything we drink. You find them in teas, in sodas, in energy drinks, and even in pre-workouts. So how do you handle this criminal? You surely won't stay away from every drink. It's been proven that caffeine begins work in your body about 30 minutes after its intake. So it's fine to take these drinks, but do well to take them immediately before your nap. By using this secret formula, you'd have fallen asleep long before the caffeine gets to work. That's smart, isn't it? But that's not all. There's a message for the foodies too. You probably have your snacks as the last thing on your hands before dozing off. Well, that also accounts for why your sleep is so poor. So what do you do about this? You ensure you don't eat too close to bedtime. Don't dare try that anymore. Don't. Especially proteins. They're harder to digest and they impact your sleeping hormones, which makes you very alert and not sleepy. You'd want to have your last meal some hours before you sleep to aid digestion and ease your sleep. And there's this mistake we make as well, and it goes this way. You don't find your lost money by looking for a pen. I hope you got that. You'd only find your money when you look for your money. And how does your sleeping habit get into this? You can't be in search of sleep and be searching for chats, gossip, and news on social media. You'd find one and lose the other. This requires you paying utmost respect to your bed space by ensuring nothing goes with you to bed. No books, no phones, no televisions. Like many say, your bed is meant for just two things, sex and sleep. Pay more attention to the latter. And talking about beds, yeah, your beds too, that really matters. There's abundant proof as well that a new bed can increase the amount of sleep you get. Examine your bed well. If it's one meant for the museum, then you should start thinking of a change. That bed might be the cause of your poor sleeping habit. Get a good bed, neither hard nor soft, but the perfect one to see you to and fro your journey to dreamland. And yeah, I know, one of your dreams in dreamland was to be a medical doctor, and you've been practicing so well by administering sleep aid medications to yourself. But you should stop that right away. Or better still, reduce them. Reduce your sleep aid medications to the barest minimum. They mostly won't aid your sleep. They do more of sleep damages most times. You should avoid them like the plague. Moving on to another thing you must do. I know you're always lazy for it, but the benefits are more than abs, muscles, and broad chests you know about. To have a good sleep, you need to exercise more. Exercise balances the hormones of the body, so you can't just stop them. You've got to get back to your daily workouts. It's been months already. So I promised you tips on how to best make your environment conducive for your sleep. First of all, when it's bedtime, eliminate lights completely. A little as a candlelight could impact your sleep negatively, so put it out. But as you do that, ensure you expose yourself to natural lights during the day. Expose yourself to light in the morning. Dim them in the evening and out them off at night. This aids your circadian rhythm. It automatically tells your body clock there's a time to work and another to sleep. Also, avoid directly exposing yourself to cool air. There should be ventilation. In fact, there must be ventilation. But the fans and air conditioners shouldn't be coming directly at you. They could be directed elsewhere. Don't get all the air. Be generous enough to let it spread around a room. In addition, decrease your exposure to blue lights as much as you can, even when you're not about to sleep. There are lights and there are blue lights. Blue lights are mainly the lights from electronic devices. I mean the lights from your phones, televisions, laptops, computers, and other electronic devices. You should avoid them too. Well, here's an advice for you. I know you jump on those devices as frequently as you can, but you could just schedule how you use them and fill your pastime with some other activities and exercises. And one final tip, if you don't find sleep after 15 minutes, get out of bed, do something else. Then go back after some minutes away. You'd be gone before you know it. I know you've been shown how easy sleeping is, but you shouldn't sleep on this video. If you enjoyed this video, kindly react by clicking the like button. Also, ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications to keep receiving quality content like this. You can check out our other videos on this channel for more tips like this. Until next time, peace out.